I want to tell you something. Have you ever wondered how African artifacts were actually stolen out of Africa a long time ago? There was an auction. Everybody gathered around, different nations. They put the artifacts in the middle, and everybody went into argument, bidding here and there for who would get it. This is your chance to fight back. This is What's That Game with Nanpan, and on this episode, we are having the opportunity to buy out the African artifact in the bidding room. The designer of this game is Kenechukwu. Mhm. The publisher of the game is NIBCARD. So let's open the box and see the components within the box. Ooh. So you have this, which is the auctioneer room. You have the auctioneer board. Only the auctioneer gets to keep this and hide the contents within. You have the rule book. You have the agent boards. So the game takes 6 to 11 players, and this accommodates for 4 players. These are the main artifacts. These are the main artifacts, and I'll explain all of this in a minute. These are the agent's secret identities. It gives them secret duties to fulfill and certain powers that nobody else gets to know. So once you get this, you hide it, and only you get to read. So for this, let's choose Tenny as the secret agent. It says gain 1 point for each rare item purchased and multiply the market value of your item by 3 and sell to the auctioneer. This applies only to one item. That's the secret ability of Tenny and the secret agenda of Tenny. Now, this I will reveal as the game goes on. Let's look at the auctioneer. The auctioneer is the person who controls the flow of the game, is one of the players who will take on this position to direct everybody else on how the game would be played and also reveal the artifacts to all players. So this is the room. You can see that it has its own room. Within the room, there are simple text written below that will give you some understanding and some guide on how to be an auctioneer. So, for instance, if there are 5 players in front of you, plus yourself is 6, but you are taking the position of the auctioneer. If there are 5 players, every player begins with 40 million. If there are 7 players, they begin with 45 million. If there are 9 players and above, they get 50 million. Now, it also tells you the different types of bidding, some quick rules that you need to learn, and what happens when a player gets control. Now, when it begins, you write down all the player names, their actual names, then you write down their balance. Only you get to see it. You do not reveal the number to anybody. But should the player finally hit the point where you know that their money has finished, you let them know that how far your money has finished. So you need to do A, B, or C. At the start of the game, you write everybody's names, and they all start with 40 million. As they go buying things, you reduce the amount. So everybody starts with 40. I can just write it here at the top and then calculate it. There are 4 types of bid. There's the open bid, there's the auctioneer bid, there's the secret bid, and there's the second prize bid. Sorry, all of which are within the auctioneer room so that you can quickly read through and direct people. So open bid means you pick up a card. If it says it's an open bid at the top here, that means it's open for everybody. So you tell everybody it's worth 4 points. It's not a rare artifact. A rare artifact has a triangle sign. This is a rare artifact because it has a triangle sign. This is a normal artifact and it says open bid. So it's an open bid is worth 4 points, and it is the Malayan terracotta figure. You can read about it briefly to let everybody know what it's worth, and then they all now start opening bid. Everybody starts at a certain price. They can keep going back and forth. So this is an open bid and it's starting at 3 million. So I'll say this bid is worth 4 points and it's a Malayan terracotta figure, and the opening bid is 3 million. So each agent will then write on their board and pass it over to me so that I can see what they're bidding for. Everyone is going to go in turns until I would say Opening bid, someone has bidded for 3.5 million. Is there anybody raising that number? You write it and you hand it over to me. There's someone raising that number. Is there anybody else who's willing to go higher? We keep going back and forth until the highest bidder that nobody else wants to outbid. So let's say the highest bidding price is 5 million. Nobody else wants to outbid 5 million. The person gets the card and I deduct from their total balance on my own end that they do not know and nobody else knows. Actually, they know, but I do not reveal that number to them. So the first, they lose 5 million. Until the next type of bidding system is the auctioneer bidding system. The difference between this is what I will explain now. So for this, the auctioneer bid, it starts at 8 million and it's a rare item by signified by this triangle down here. The name of this is a Tadan Tosei bronze figure. Well, the name will be revealed somewhere here so that I don't butcher the name. I would tell everyone this bid is going for 8 million. Opening bid is for 8 million, is worth 8 points, and it is rare item. Who is interested? This time they're not writing down on their boards. Instead, they're raising up their hands if they're interested in the 8 million. If two or more players raise up their hands, then that means we start the bidding process. Only those who raise up their hands may participate. So it's going higher for 9 million. Is anybody? I am the one who is raising the price. Nobody else is raising the price. It's me. So if I decide to raise it by 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, everybody keeps dropping their hands until the last person's hand is still up. When let's say it lands at 10 million, the last person's hands, I give it to them and I will deduct 10 million from them. So the third type of bid that happens is called the secret bid. For the secret bid, it means I will announce again that this is a secret bid and its starting bid is at 2 million. It's worth 4 points. It's not a rare item, and then I go ahead to tell them what the figure is and the little history of it. Everybody's going to write on their board. Remember that the starting bid is 2 million, but nobody knows what they are going to write because this one, unlike the previous two where it's open where everybody's hearing the figures that is being passed around, this one you're going to write down on your board the number you're willing to pay for it, hide it, and pass it over to me. Nobody else is saying, only me. The person with the highest number wins. So if the opening bid is 2 million and somebody decides to bet on it for 6 million, assuming that other players will want to go for it, that's the person that gets it. There is no, I see this person is bidding at this price, so I'm going to bid at this price. No, this is a secret bid. We don't know what anybody else is bidding. The person with the highest gets it. So let's say the person with the highest for this is 5 million. The person is down 5 million and that person gets the card. What? 4 points. Sometimes as you play, you might pick this, which is 1 point. Whoever just won that card gets this immediately. So thanks for bidding with me. You get one more point. The last type of bidding is the second prize bid. Sorry. For the second prize bid, we start like usual. This is a second prize bid. It's worth 3 million. It's 7 points. It is not a rare item, and this is what it is. I reveal the artifacts and then I tell everybody it's time to bid. Just like the secret bid, you're going to write down your number and hide it. But the difference between this and the secret bid is the person with the highest bidding price doesn't pay the money that they are bidding for. They pay the money that the second highest bidder writes on their board. So what that means is this: person A puts 5 million. Person B, which is the second highest, puts 3 million. Another person puts, sorry, not, the opening bid is 3 million. Person A puts 7 million. Person B puts 5 million. Person C puts 4 million. Five. So it's obviously 4 million. So what that means is they are not going to pay the 7 million that they wrote as the highest bidder. Instead, they'll be paying 4 million that the second lowest person bidded. So it's somewhat to the advantage of the bidders because if you outbid it, then the person who is second to you is the money that you pay, but the person does not get the card or the points. So this person, instead of paying 7 million, pays 4 million. So that's minus 4 million. You keep going and tracking as you go. Now, the number of artifacts available is according to the number of players. and is written right here within within the auctioneer's room. So for 5 players, it says each starts with 40 million, and the number of items available for sale or for bidding is 10. You can see for 7 is 14, for 8 is 16, 9 is 18, and 10 is 20. Now, so let's talk about bankruptcy. Sometime within the game, players are going to run out of money. So when that happens, you tell them you do not have enough money in your account to afford this bid. How would you like to trade? Whatever is in their hand, they can trade it in to be able to get the new item that they are bidding for, because what they have is not enough to get that item. So they can sell it back to you, which is where sometimes their agent cards comes in, because some of them give you special abilities. Some might say you can trade 3 cards times 3 to the auctioneer, or you can trade one at difference. Let's look at our reference card, which is 10. I believe it says multiply the market value of your item by 3 and sell to auctioneer. So let's say this is the agent and the market value of the bid that I bought was 5 million. I multiplied by 3, so that means it's worth 15 million, and I'm selling it back to the auctioneer. So the auctioneer is going to add 15 million to my purse, which will enable me to buy this bid for however much I bidded it for with extra change. So these guys come in very handy. Mind you, there are other times that there are some artifacts that may not be sold or cannot be gained by anybody. That does not mean that that round has ended. It's still part of the items that were raised to be bidded and nobody went for it. So it still counts as part of the 10 cards that the number of people who are playing that game are supposed to play. Once 10 artifacts have been sold, the game is over, and then we'll tally up the amount of points that everybody has garnered. Each time you're buying a card, you need to take into consideration the point of the card, the rarity of the card, and your hidden agenda, which is very important. Because for this, it says you gain 1 extra point for each rare item that you purchase. So if I have 3 rare items, that means I get whatever point is on the rare item plus 1 point each, because my card gives me the ability to do that. You need to know that the auctioneer has the most important job within this game. You set the tone, the pacing, and the emotion on the game. You need to take note of your rules, which is why this is important. You can always look at them at any point in the game. Ensure that no player is playing in decimal. So 3.5 or 4.5, we don't do that here. We do whole figures. So you're either doing 3 million, or you're doing 4 million, or you're doing 10 million. We don't do half prices. You get it. Ensure that you keep everybody on their toes, be as dramatic as you need to, call out the artifacts with so much vigor, let everybody feel like they're in an actual bidding room, because they are in an actual bidding room and there are stakes involved. Their dignity, their pride, and their points. Don't let them miss it. Do you understand? Be dramatic. Be like me. So this game is ideal for age 12 and above. Again, so the game accommodates 6 to 11 players. That's because there are 5 active players and 1 player who is the game master, which is called the auctioneer, that controls the pacing and the energy of the game. So this game is ideal for a friend hangout. Really, it's ideal for if you have a close circle of people that you really want to get into role playing with. It's an amazing game to do that. And if you also have people who are interested in arts history, or if you go out for like a retreat, for instance, this is an ideal game to play. The pacing is really nice, and it allows for different personalities to show themselves. And I would highly recommend the game if you are traveling a lot and you're meeting a lot of foreign delegates. It's a really nice interactive game. I won't call it an icebreaker, it's more of very intuitive, and it really makes you get immersed into the characters that you play. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of What's That Game with Nanpan. Leave your comments down below on if you think there are things that we should include, or games that you think we should review, or what you feel about the video so far. We want to hear from you, we want to interact with you. Thank you very much, and see you on the next episode of What's That Game with your girl, Nan.